Guys, day 2, episode 2 of Bulking Diaries. So yesterday, if you watched that whole episode, end of the day, I was feeling pretty run down, pretty beat, and I don't know what happened at about 2-3 o'clock. Just felt like an absolute train hit me, and I was starting to freak out a little bit. It seems to be going around at the minute, so I was starting to think that was going to be a really shitty way to start this whole series, by getting sick and drag myself through sessions. But nonetheless, woke up this morning, had a really good sleep, and feel fresh as. So we're on our way to the gym. Very behind today, but we're gonna make it happen. So it is 1 o'clock. I've only had 2 meals, which is catastrophic. I've had my shake and my pre-workout meal, exact same as yesterday, but then after that pre-workout meal, I had to jump on a Zoom meeting. What I thought was going to be a 10-minute meeting turned into a 30-minute meeting with a whole bunch of problems that arose from it. So we had to try and iron them out, and we didn't manage to do all of that, but that is a problem for after the gym. So for now, we are going to the gym. We're going to the same gym as yesterday. It was actually quite nice, very quiet gym. Like, they pump music in there, but there's like 4 or 5 people, so that was really nice, especially when I'm trying to film and talk. So we will go back there, same sort of structure as yesterday, quite actually there's a bit more volume, but still quite heavy, lots of sets to failure, and yeah, we're just gonna rip through it. And then tomorrow we've got legs. Don't know where we'll go for that. I mean, this gym's quite good. It's got like the essentials. It's got actually quite a few racks and benches and stuff like that, but machine wise there's not a lot, so we might have to go down to Worlds tomorrow, but I'm not super keen on that, because Worlds, you just never know with Worlds. It can be peak hour at like 10 a.m. in the morning, or it can be a ghost town. 10 a.m. is usually like when I train, so yeah, well, I don't know. We'll unpack that tomorrow and see how we go. I probably won't do a whole lot of talking through that session. I mean, it is legs, so it'll be a lot of heavy breathing. I'll try to talk through the sets, but I don't know. We'll just take that as it comes. In terms of what else we've got for the day, I was meant to do meal prep today. I don't have any. I think I've got one more prepped meal, but I mean, fuck, it's 1 o'clock now. I won't be back till 2. We might be able to do some prep, which I wanted to film, but I'm just so behind on the day now, so we'll have to figure it out. But for now, we're just going to go to the gym, get this underway, try rip through it, and then yeah. Okay guys, so we're here doing some back. Don't know if they're actually going to have everything I thought they had like a neutral grip, but they don't, so we're going to warm up with some pull-ups, and see how we go from there. Last week we did, okay cool, so we've got neutral grip pull downs, some single arm mat pulls, some bent over rows, dumbbell incline high rows. We've got some biceps, so 3 bicep exercises. We've got hammer curls, incline curls, spider curls. So spider curls are sick. If you don't know what they are, you'll see them at the end. Very quickly, like I've done them before, but this program, like just recently, started doing them again. The pump you get in your bicep is insane, so we'll see that. So we're going to do another set of pull-ups. We're going to go over to the pull-up bar. I'm going to see if I can find a neutral grip one that's wide, but if not, we're just going to do the normal ones. Okay, so I stand corrected, they do actually have the bar that I wanted. It's not as wide as I'd like it, and they've only got one option, like usually there's a few different, but beggars can't be choosers. So this is the one. The gym has it. Great stuff, use it. It's better than the normal one, like a normal pull-up bar. It's a bit more like mid upper back. This is way more lining up with your lat. You just like pulling through that. So if you've got the option, definitely pick this one. Only gripe with is you obviously can't use wraps, so it can get a bit hard to hold on to, especially when it gets heavier. But I think you're better off going lighter to a point where you can hold it and pulling through your lat rather than racking up a pull bar and just going really heavy. But I mean, it depends on what you're going for. But personally, I think this is better. So again, quite low volume. I'm gonna go 6 to 8, but no shitty contractions. So you can make sure that we get the full rep range out of those 6. Like, even though we're going heavy, you're gonna try and maintain form all the way, and none of this like swinging and pulling, like jerking motion. You just want to keep it smooth the whole way through and just pull through the lat. So right, so this is our top set, 26 to 8. I'm gonna try and move the stack just because I was one plate above it, but if you're one plate above the whole stack, you may as well just do the whole fucking stack. So, also liquid chalk, biggest life hack ever, especially after you've had a box of chalk explode in your bag 4 times. So just, it's in a little container, like sweaty container, and I got chalk. Alright. Oh, let's go. So, didn't get as many as I want on that, but probably should have left the one plate off the bottom, but hey. From there, I'm going to go for 4-second negatives again, finding the stretch, finding the stretch and then pulling through, and we're on to our next exercise. So, we're going to do it quite quick. Alright, so we're going to drop the weight back a fair bit, looking for those long stretches, and then pulling. Do that again to failure, and that's this exercise done. Alright, so now I've got my favourite back exercise, just single arm, I guess lat pull, cable pull, whatever you want to call it. These are great because obviously you can strap these up so you can get really heavy and just pull through your elbow. I feel like these were the thing that really added like significant width to my back. Started doing it about 2 years ago, like in just about every single back session, and there was a massive difference through there. So if you're struggling to grow width, I would say this would probably be one of your best go-to exercises. So for this, I'm going to do a warm-up set first. There's a few tricks to this that you might be able to make it better. So one is, if you know straps, get straps. 2 is, depending on what I'm going for, I kind of like to sit forward so that the line of pull is a bit more like straight up and down instead of pulling like this. That's just personal preference. So for this, you want to drop this elbow down to your pocket. It's not a pull back, it's a drop down. And it's stretch, let the shoulder fall forward, and pull down to your pocket. Always looking for that hip with that elbow. You'll feel your shoulder drop down, and that is essentially what you're looking for every time. So we're gonna go pretty heavy on that. Look for 10 to 12 on that one. So obviously we've gone very heavy on that pull. This is almost the same angle, maybe a little bit more slightly forward, but way more, like a way deeper contraction due to like being able to pull that elbow all the way down to the hip. You're just not going to get that from here to here. It's just not going to happen. So by coming forward, being able to crunch it over to the side, you can really like contract every single last bit of that lat. Alright, so we've done 2 sets feeding into our top weight, so feeder sets. I was watching the video back yesterday. Every time I said it, it sounded like I was saying fetus set. Feeder set, feeding into the top set. So they're not warm-up sets. You're not doing like full 8 to 12 reps. It's maybe just a couple, just feeling the weight, especially after that first exercise. Just feeling the weight as you go up. You just don't want to jump into any exercise ever and try to pull your top set before doing a couple of those exact movements. So we're going to drop it a fair bit here. We'll get 43 a crack, so going to give that a feel and we'll see how we go from there. Probably, yeah, so that's too light. Something that's important to note is, although I keep a journal so I know exactly what I hit last week, it doesn't exactly correlate to a new gym, especially a different machine, because not every machine is created equal. Like that says 48 and the actual plates might equal 48, but the way it moves through the machine might be heavier or lighter than the one that I have at Worlds. Like that machine, sorry, that cable at Worlds, that goes down to about 80. I can get down to about 70, 65 and get it moving for 8. If this machine went down to 80, there is no way in hell I would get down to 60. I don't think anyway, because that felt significantly heavier than the other gym. Yeah, it all happens. It depends on like how stiff the movement is, how many cables are in the machine. Some only have like 1 loop, some have 2. It depends. So something to keep note of. Especially, not that you should ever be comparing yourself to someone else's lifts in their gyms, but sometimes you see these guys doing crazy weights. Maybe their machine is just a little bit lighter than yours. Maybe yours is heavier than theirs. Not that you should be, like I said, shouldn't be comparing to other people's lifts. It's purely a you versus you battle, but something to take note of. Yeah, there's no way that went to 80 kilos, they'd get 60. This set was heavy, but we managed to keep all of that in the lat. We're going to do a drop set from there, because that is the last sort of lat exercise. And we're going to move over to some barbell rows and some numbbell ones as well, but not probably the ones that I think are different. I hope that was loud enough. I just realised how quiet I was talking, but... Alright guys, I'm going to drop set, not from the top weight. I'm going to drop it back a little bit, about a third of the way, so about 66%. What we had before, so that's too much. Actually no, that's about right. 30 to 20, 25 to 30%. Dropping it in half. As I said yesterday with an incline machine that I did a drop set on, when you get to those lighter weights, to each their own. Personally, I think you're way better off slowing down the movement, getting deeper stretches, more contractions, rather than just trying to throw around 16 kilos. Anyone can do that. It depends what you're trying to go for. There's obviously sets where you're trying to just like push as much blood in there as fast as possible. To do that, maybe you just want to throw it around for 20 reps, but I don't know, I'm a much bigger fan of slowing things down, keeping it really tight in the form, and just trying to use only that muscle as much as possible. But yeah. Right. That wraps us up on this machine. And actually for lats as well, we're gonna walk over and get a barbell. Alright, so we're gonna do some bent over barbell rows. Yes, they're not optimal. No, I don't give a fuck. I'm just trying to move heavy weight. I do care about the form, but I'm not going to try to lock it down and keep it super tight. The point of this is to go heavy, try tear it up that way, and then we're going to follow it up with something that is more optimal, a lot more isolated. And then yeah, I feel like I've been doing that a lot. I really like it. Gives me a bit of everything. Sometimes I just like lifting heavy shit for the sake of lifting heavy shit. Not everything has to be super optimal to try and just build muscle. Like, what's the point of being big if you can't be strong as well? So that's my mentality with it anyway. So I'm gonna do a bit of a warm up, and then we'll jump into some proper sets. I actually hadn't stepped out of the house before I went to the gym this morning. I didn't realise how fucking hot it was, hence why I've got this on. So I'm gonna probably take off the way of things. I'm cooking from the inside out. I'm gonna do one more feeder. Probably won't do like a full set, just maybe one or two, see how much I want to go up by. And the next one, we'll just go straight into a working set. That'll be good. I think we've got like another 10 each side. Would have preferred to have had a belt for this set. It's in the boot of my car though, and I'm not walking out to get it, so we're just gonna raw dog it. Alright, so basically got the exact same thing here as the bent over barbell row. Obviously there's a chest support now, single arm, and can't use any body momentum like on the other one. This one I am very worried about form. I want to keep it super strict, time my tension, make sure I stretch everything out as far as possible, and then getting like the hardest contraction I can get. So high rep range for this as well, going like 10 to 12, but yeah, we'll get this done. That was actually a bit too upright. Probably want it a bit more over. This bench is also a bit too wide, so I'm clipping it at the top, but I mean, the minor complaints. Yeah, so a bit better. You do sit like right up on top, so you can sort of like hang over the edge of it and really keep the elbows high, so you're pulling more like mid-high upper back, mid-high upper back. So that was first set done. It's actually heavier than last week. It's a little bit too light. I think I hit the top of the range last week as well. So we're gonna jump up a fair bit. So we're gonna go, last week was 30s. This week we're gonna try to do a top set of 35. And yeah, going for 10 to 12. Good form, good stretch. And then we're actually doing 2 top sets of the same weight. On the second top set though, we're going to give it a 30-second stretch. This hurts like fuck, but so good. You just like hold it for basically as long as you can, about 30 seconds, and then let go. The only thing getting into this one kind of sucks. More to knock the wind out of yourself. 3, 2, 1. The only problem with some of these benches, that's a really good angle, but not quite high enough off the floor, especially when you get to the heavier dumbbells, they start touching. Oh fuck. So we're gonna go for that second top set, adding the 30-second stretch at the end. And then, if I'm not mistaken, I think that's actually us done. I think there's some pull-ups, 2 sets of pull-ups failure. Other than that, we're done. Start doing some biceps and we're out of here. Honestly, one of the hardest things about that stretch is you can't keep any air in your lungs. Oh. Alright, so that's us done for back. Had 2 exercises more on like the outer lat, 2 exercises for mid upper back. So now we're going to park up and do some biceps, starting with like heavy hammer curls. Do a couple warm-ups for hammer curls. Just like triceps, there's already a bit of blood. Sorry, triceps when we do chest. There's already a bit of blood in there, but we'll still do a couple just to warm up the elbow joint a bit more. And then we'll jump in, do something quite heavy and some bit more isolated movements. Basically, just gonna always hear that from me, at least for this program, is that it starts really heavy for the whatever muscle group we're doing, and then I'll like focus more on isolation. So you're gonna get pretty tired of it, but that's just what bodybuilding is rinse, repeat, what works. So started not bad, got pretty messy pretty quick, but again, not really worried that bad for those first top sets. From here we'll isolate the muscle more in the next sets, and then yeah. So that would have been one or two things. One, probably didn't take a big enough rest, but two, because on such little food, I can really just feel myself like not making it through those sets. It's gone from like feeling good to I've got no more in the tank in like 2 reps. So like, I mean, I'll be good for the first 4, and then within 2 reps I'll be done. Instead of like a gradual fade out, it's just like, whoa, stop. So 2 o'clock, 2 meals, that's fucking awful. Alright, so this is where we're going to do some incline, more of a lengthened position. Just sort of isolating, going for a higher rep range, focusing on form heavily. Still maintaining a decent pump considering the lack of food, which is nice. Okay, same weight, same rep range. Focus. That's that done. I'm going to move on to some spider curls. If you don't know what spider curls are, you're in for a treat. If you do, you should be doing more of them. They are definitely like my favourite bicep exercise at the moment because the pump is fucking unreal. So I've just noticed it on the curl bars. So these are spider curls. You can go heavy with these. Preferably for this particular program and set, I go quite light and hold a 2-second squeeze at the top with slow eccentric movements. That's how I like running them. Gets me a really good pump, and it's just a nice way to finish the session. So we're going to run it like that. Find these a little easier with one of those, like the Z bars, so your hands can come in a little bit. It's a little awkward for my wrist, but if it works for you, it works for you. You can still get away with it. I just don't find it as comfortable, and it's a little bit harder to get to the top for me, just because my wrists kind of want to go in. Either way, it works well. So one more set, then we're just gonna keep it really controlled for this last set, and then we're just gonna start absolutely throwing it around at the end to try and just get every last drop that we have left out. That was us. Done. bicep pump. There's no real difference yesterday. I mean, obviously, still quite tidy. I haven't seen what it looks like from the back for ages, so that'll be interesting to have a look at. But yeah, good session. Definitely need some food, so we're gonna go home and do that.